Hey, it's Rich from Planet PE, and today's video is all going to be looking at interval training. So it's that type of training that you've all been doing because Joe Wicks has made it super popular. But is that actually interval training? And that's what we're going to be looking at and helping you all out in your GCSE PE coursework. So if you're new to the channel, make sure that you like and subscribe. Check out all the links for social media. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter. And if you are new, please make sure that you click the bell so you don't miss out on any uploads that I'm going to be doing. So let's get moving on looking at interval training. So let's have a look at this idea of interval training as you guys maybe understand it at the moment. So Joe Wicks has been doing loads and loads of videos for us all to try and keep ourselves a bit more active during these bleak times. What he's actually doing there is what we call HIIT training, so high intensity interval training. And it is what it says, so it's high intensity. It means that we're going to be working really hard, and it's interval training. Well, that term interval training is exactly what the video is all about. So interval training really means that we're going to work for a period of time and then have a rest. So with Joe Wicks' ones, he typically works for 30 seconds or 40 seconds and has 20 to 30 seconds rest. So with his minute, it's basically breaking it up really easily. But that's not really what we're looking at with interval training in its simplest form, or its more pure form, I should say. So with interval training, it's the type of training that you might see Usain Bolt doing. So let's have a look at Usain Bolt. So he will sprint for a period of time. Now it might be 300 meters, it might be 100 meters, it might be 50 meters, it doesn't really matter. But he will do that flat out. He will work at a designated percent of his maximum heart rate, or will try and do it for a particular time. Either way, it's going to be high intensity. It's either full out, it's a certain time, or it's a particular intensity for his heart rate that he's trying to work on. Now, with that, it means that he's going to complete it as well as he can. He's then going to rest, and then he's going to go and do it again. And the rest period is the interval. Now, interval training typically is quite a high intensity because it's going to mean that you're going to be working as hard as you can, and you're going to need a break. You're going to need a rest so that you can then do the next set as well as possible. Also, it can be done in slightly different ways. So we can do it in shuttles. We could do it, in what you guys might traditionally do it when you're playing football, and you're not necessarily understanding that is interval training. So have a look at this one. So this guy is doing some shuttles. He's doing his sprint, hitting a point, sprinting back, giving himself a rest in between. Again, another example of interval training. The benefits of interval training are really quite simple. So when we do interval training, what are we actually trying to improve? So really, we're trying to develop some sort of speed endurance. We're trying to develop some muscular endurance. They're mainly the sort of things that we're going to do with interval training. Okay, so it's those types of speed endurance type things that you're going to be looking at. So looking at muscular endurance being the real key thing is the thing that you might use for your GCSE PE coursework. So let's have a look at that then. So how is that going to actually happen by doing interval training? Well, quite simply, you're going to be repeatedly working really hard. So over time, your body gets used to that recovery because you're working hard, you've got a recovery period. You're working hard, you've got a recovery period. And that's exactly what we're trying to do. So those of you who maybe aren't GCSE PE students who are looking at interval training generally, it's sort of thing that you could use for lots of different reasons. It could be the sort of thing that when you're looking to try and decrease body fat, it's been proven that that does help. Primarily though, for us as GCSE PE students, we're going to be using it to try and improve our muscular endurance. So that is interval training as a topic. So really quickly, it has periods of rest, it has periods of high intensity exercise. It can be called HIIT training, so HIIT training. It can be used by sprinters, it could be used by games players to develop our speed or our muscular endurance. So that is everything I've got for you for interval training. So again, please like and subscribe. These videos are going to be coming thick and fast, and we've got all the other training methods coming up. So check out the playlist when that is created.